Hello, Bill. Here it is, December 21st, 3 o'clock now. Earlier this morning I taped this. Here's the wedding just as it is. So I'll try to give you a little description before the ceremony starts. Auditorium is well filled. Cheryl girl from Elvin's, friend of Doris, friend of Judy's, playing the organ. Brother Owen Cheryl, the pastor, with Loss and the other groomsmen are waiting now in the front of the auditorium, behind the door there at the left. The rest of us, Doris and Gary Wayne, Mary Jane, and the bridesmaid and Judy are in the back of the auditorium, just up the stairway there to the left entrance. Judy seems a bit calm, a little joking going on. People still coming in. Yeah. Dad just came into the study. Took a little time out. Here we are again. Boy, didn't that music get you? Seemed more like a funeral. This is what they wanted all the way through. This wedding's different from any I've ever conducted. It's their choice. The usher came back here and got your mother. Eyes are on her as the usher takes her down. She had on a white and red dress. I ought to get them to in fact, I'll send you a write-up, all that stuff about his dress later. Here comes the postman. Now, another usher is taking Mrs. Bergfeld down. Now, Brother Cheryl and the boys have taken their place. At this point, I turned, got in front of Judy and Lawson, of course, went right up onto the platform behind the kneeling rail, and they followed me. Still, I picked this up with the Roberts. Just wasn't a good place to conceal microphone, and we used the regular mics that they use over the broadcast and had this in the back room, just picking it up. Therefore, you can tell the distortion. But here, after the reading of the scripture at this point, while we stand there, Mary sings. For this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one. They just remain standing there at this time. Mr. and Mrs. Lawson Bergfield leave the platform and just walk on out. followed by Gary Wayne and Mary Jane Anderson. Then the best man, his friend Jack Abbott and Doris, and the rest of the party followed doing this song. This is all the singing, none of the traditional songs, not the old traditional wedding march. Everything was completely different. So there I stand behind the kneeling rail, all the people sitting there while Mary is singing this song that's way out, the most of it. I'm still standing up there alone. Now Mary goes down the aisle. Here comes an usher. Everybody sitting there quietly. Goes there to the second pew to his left. Takes a stand. Betty rises. He takes him by the arm and they go out. Now here comes another usher and stops at the second row there to his right, and Mrs. Birkenfeld rises. Takes him by the arm and they go out. Now I give a motion to the people to rise, and I walk from the platform. Several came to me and before I could move out, tell me how they liked the service. Time as I get over to the house, there's people lined up in front of our house trying to get in, all coming over for the reception. I barged my way through and slip around and unlock the side door so others of the family can get in. And there they're lined up, and Judy and Lawson have a picture made. Nepper's here making pictures. They cut the cake. You'll get pictures of all of this. And he takes several pictures of the family. Oh my, the chapel's full. People standing up even after occupying all the seats. So after this cutting of the cake, we go back to the church and have a few pictures made. V.E. DeFries took 40 snaps with a 35 millimeter, and I have them. I'll send them off today, and so you should, if these are good, I should have you a pretty good lineup of all that's going on. Well, after the pictures, we came back, and they had formed the line. I missed that, but I was at the tail end, shaking hands with people as if I was at church as they were going out, even though they weren't going out. Orson Jolly came along, and he said, "This is the first time I've ever attended a rock and roll wedding." The music was different, you know. I had a hard time personally resigning to it. I'm so happy I did, because this is the way they wanted it, and Brother Sherrill went with me. In fact, he suggested this is the way we should do it. But I had so many comments on Mary's singing. He just thought it was great. She is a good singer. Couldn't get the words too well, but they were real good words. Well, the most humorous thing that happened in the wedding, of course, I'm always calm, cool, and collected, so I say, but I'm not. Before I went over there, I gave the rings, one to Doris. Well, I didn't give her till I got over there. Gave Jack one, but the thing is, I didn't notice it till I reached for the ring, and he handed me the ring that Judy's supposed to give to Lawson. That big old ring, I handed it to Lawson to put on the ring finger of Judy. And all this I didn't notice until put it on and I looked at Judy grinning and Doris grinning, and she didn't give Doris her flowers because she wanted to hide that ring, even though there's no possibility of anyone seeing it but us. But I tell you, I never had such a hard time refraining from breaking out in a giggle. In fact, I thought certainly my voice knew it. I had to keep going. But, oh, Judy, when I took the ring from Doris then, for her to place on the finger of Lawson, she put the right one there. The only bauble I noticed, and no one would know it had we not told them, and I have had some fun doing that. Oh, I wish you could see the gifts. Man, gifts, I don't know how many. They've got much of many, some doubles on real nice things. Oh, we stayed around a while. People got out, and then it was at 5 o'clock. Lawson put the car in the garage. They went down and checked, so they had removed the battery and hid it, but not too much. But Jack and little Howard Markle put it back in. And they took off, and where they were going, frankly, I don't know, and I bet he didn't know, and I'm not sure, but I don't think they knew where they were going. Because we told them, now you come back when you get ready. Don't prolong it just because you feel like you have to be away for a while. So I really don't look for them to be gone long. It's possible that they're going to take off to the Lake of the Ozarks. I'd look for them to come back real soon. Started raining about 4:30 or so. And the Markles and Mom Bland needed to get going. And Mom stepped out and said, oh, look at the sleet. But it was rice on the walk. I've never seen such little old bags of rice. Oh, each little bag about the size of your thumb they gave out. So we don't have a lot of rice to clean up. I think that's about all I can tell you. The wedding, I'd have somebody else to do it. I know could do better, but it's just so hard to ever get anybody to get on this tape. And before the day is over, I'd like to get it in the mail to you. I'll add a few things, but that's the wedding setup at the present time.